The only practical alternative was to retrieve income for universities from high-earning graduates once they have left, and that is the policy that we are pursuing. And today, 50 university vice-chancellors have come forward and endorsed this approach to the strengthening of university fundings in the long term.
Under the fees scheme introduced by the Labour Party, all universities ended up charging at the highest rate. One of the worries out there is that all universities might end up being allowed to charge the 9,000 rate. What assurance, what rules, what guarantees can my friend give that exceptional will be exceptional and 6,000 will be the limit for most universities in the country?
We have opted for a set of policies that provides a strong base for university funding, which makes a major contribution to reducing the deficit and introducing a significantly more progressive system of graduate payments than we inherited. And I'm proud to put forward that measure to this House.
Fees are being trebled simply to reduce the 80% cut in the funding of university teaching, not to raise extra money. Most graduates will be asked not to pay something towards their education, but to pay the entire cost of their university education. Universities will have to charge £7,000 to £8,000 simply to replace the money they lose, and many universities will lose 90% of their public funding. That is what is at stake today. If this fee increase goes through, English students and graduates will face the highest fees of any public university system anywhere in the developed world. Higher than France, higher than Germany, higher, yes, than the United States of America. Mr. Speaker, this decision matters so much to so many people. I'd say to the House, if you don't believe in it, vote against it.
Let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, being asked to vote to increase fees of up to £9,000 is not a compromise, and it is not something that Liberal Democrat backbenchers or even many Conservative backbenchers should have been asked to consider.
We have a procedure. We have a procedure that means you introduce a piece of legislation, then you have a green paper and you discuss it. And then you have a white paper where the government has firmed up its ideas. And in that process, you actually talk to the people that work in universities, the people that study in universities, do the wonderful research in our universities. You actually talk to the community.
Will it put students going off to university? Well, we've had tuition fees in place for over a decade, and what has actually happened to student numbers? They've gone up by 44%. 44%. And why have they gone up? It's because students realise that having a good degree adds value to their prospects. It is a passport to a better job, and OECD figures clearly indicate that in the UK, all graduates on average earn 50% more than those who finished at A-level.
If you come from a family where no one has ever been to university, where maybe no one in your immediate family has stayed at school past the ages of 16, the prospect of debts of 50,000, possibly 100,000 if you want to be a doctor, must be off-putting. Members opposite have to put themselves in the position of those ordinary families.
And I can only think about the impact these fees would have had on myself and on my family when I was growing up. Would my parents have encouraged me to attend university had they thought I was going to come away with debts of about £40,000 or £50,000? I don't think so, Mr. Speaker.
This administration will be worse for our constituents than even the Thatcher administration was, and that ruined lives and wrecked communities. If Liberal Democrat members opposite file obediently through the government lobby tonight, their betrayal will not be forgotten and they will never be taken seriously again by their constituents.
And a recent poll from Ipsos Mori found that raising fees to £5,000 a year would deter almost half of those from deprived backgrounds. who would otherwise have gone to higher education, while raising fees to £7,000 would cut the number by nearly 2/3, let alone £9,000. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, this shamefully short debate, where members should have had the proper opportunity to take part, and I would have indeed taken interventions had the opposition, had the government not shamefully curtailed this debate. This debate will rage on out there, Madam Deputy Speaker, amongst the disgusted people of this country.
Isn't it incredible that the party opposite, who actually introduced the principle of graduates paying and voted for 2 tuition fee increases, is able to drum up quite so much fake anger on the issue this afternoon?
The ayes to the right, 323. The noes to the left, 302.
Order. The ayes to the right, 323. The noes to the left, 302. So the ayes have it. The ayes have it. Unlock.